What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a fresh session of Raw Coders. No, Bill Break and Fix by Raw Coders. I messed it up. Yeah, that's my fault. I guess that's what makes the show original, right?
Exactly.
Fantastic. Yeah, so great to have you again, Finish, as always. How we feeling?
Yeah, good man. Yeah, thanks for having me again. I was gonna say that your intro is also a Bill break and fix, sort of. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah.
absolutely. Fantastic. Yeah. Right. First things first, let's do the acknowledgement of the country and pay our respect to the past, present, and future. So here we go.
Mhm.
I begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and future. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. Cool, that is smoothly done. Right. Uh, hey, Gagdev. How's it going? Yeah. So, I know that I wasn't able to make it on. I believe it was Friday.
Mhm.
And yeah. So, what did you guys get up to? Do you wanna give a bit of a context, and then we can carry on from there?
Yeah, sure thing. I don't know if you're gonna like this or not, but we investigated the how GegDev executed the yeah the what's it called, XSS execution.
Mm-hmm.
um and yeah, what we found was, actually Tori found it, is basically, um basically, um he could run it through like the console using the WebSocket connection function.
Mm-hmm.
um so it's actually really cool. Like, I thought it was really fascinating how we did that. Yeah, just running JavaScript through that function, and then it executes on Scrambler. So we definitely, I think that's something we need to add in the backlog, anyways, to ensure that other people can't do the same. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
interesting, I thought. So
I
we just looked
see.
into that, which was fun and interesting.
Yeah,
Get
Dev,
doesn't want me on.
are you jealous now, huh? That Tanesh is getting a lot better in the short amount of time, eh?
It was Tori, man. It was all Tori.
No, as in yeah, it's teamwork, but I'm just teasing Jack Dev a bit.
Yeah, don't blame this.
Yeah, so I think that was a really good finding, and yeah, we would probably have to pull a fix against that. So, is that
Mhm.
in Jira, or it, does that still has to be in Jira?
Yeah, it still has to be added.
Okay, cool. Not a problem. So today, what we're gonna be continuing would be for um the XSS attack, then basically,
Hmm.
because I wanted to do um the WebSockets thing. No, what was it? What was the part that me and Tori were working on? I can't remember now.
Oh, you guys were working WebSockets as well, I think. That's what Tori told me. He said, you guys were testing a function?
Um, heartbeat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
sorry, just mentioned a heartbeat. Yeah, so I guess we would. I didn't get time to test the hobby, even though I said it as in last week. I would probably deploy the changes. Okay, cool. So we I don't really know where were we in the hobby stuff. Um so if Tori's saying that deploy the changes, then that would mean that we've already done the work, but we just have to check whether that works or not. But yeah, if we want to test it, then everything would come online, and someone that I know might play around again. Yeah, so I'm just thinking if we should do that. What do you think, Finesh?
I think yeah, we could actually it might already be online, but because Tori and I were testing it the other day, but
Oh,
um,
okay.
yeah, we could just still test it and then take it down after maybe. If,
Yep, it seems to be still online. Now I'm just gonna wait for something really funny to happen, and then see who the genius is. Because I have an app now installed in the browser to see those kind of things.
really?
Yeah.
What does it do?
Huh?
What does it do? The app.
You'll see when I tell you.
Okay. Okay.
Don't worry.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, it was kind of a really cool app. How I got to know it, and then I thought I need that in the stream
mhm.
and see what's going on.
That's pretty
So
cool.
yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, so because it's already there,
hmm
I'm thinking, how about if we test the
hmm
WebSocket connection anyway?
hmm Yeah.
Mhm. So I think at the moment the homepage is index.html, but we need to convert that to home.html for S3.
Oh, why?
So if you go into scrambler.rawcoder.dev, it
Uh-huh.
shows index.html straight away.
Yeah, it goes to the board page, right?
Yeah.
Enter name your board.
No, it goes to the index.html.
Does it? Let me check.
Yeah, because I've just typed in scrambler.rawcoder.dev and it took me to index.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
want to play the music.
I mean, yeah, that's an easy fix, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, Ganesh, it would be your turn. Pick anything except R or anywhere near R.
Yeah, I know, because we played that many
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Um,
3, 2, 1,
A.
go. Okay, acoustic. Okay, cool. Here we go then. Okay, I'm just hoping I don't fall asleep on this music now. All right. Yeah. So I'll probably share my screen.
Mhm.
Please do something, someone. I'm
I
waiting. The app is running.
honestly think this time it could even be Tori. because we did it the other day, and like
Oh,
Yes.
right. I see.
he's probably got it on the back of his fingertips. So
Ah, I see.
if something does
Yeah,
happen,
that makes sense though.
it could be Tori too.
Hmm. True, true. Okay, I'm just gonna close some of the private things first, and then we can focus on getting screen sharing.
Mhm. I'm just saying, right? Like it might be. It might.
I missed the stream, to be honest. He's on to you, finish.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. So I'll just do this and Scrambler, and then I'll go to AWS.
Oh, but actually, the interesting thing is saying we also tried it when we try to create the board, and we use script. We use like a script tag to create the board, and it actually. I don't know if it's DynamoDB or JavaScript itself. It's kind of it just gets rid of the script tag, so it doesn't actually create the board, which is pretty good. It's like a safety
I see.
measure that's already in place.
Okay. That's pretty good. So we already have the built-in validation for
Mhm.
that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. So in this one, basically, we're just testing the WebSocket.
Mhm.
As in, how long does it take to get disconnected? All right. So that's the properties. That's not that one. Permissions. Bucket policy. Where was that? To set the index page.
Scroll down on this one.
Am I sharing my screen?
Yes,
I
yeah.
am.
Scroll down to static site hosting, and then on here, edit.
Okay. Here we go. Cool. So this would be home. Okay, so now if we try and visit it, should give us homepage. Here we go. Perfect. Right.
Okay.
Cool. So I'm gonna make a board. Say, actually, first of all, I'm gonna go and delete all the boards. Why did I log out? And why am I going to S3 again? Board, that one. Please tell me it hasn't done well. How many pages are there? Okay, just one, which is good. So I can basically just delete all this. Okay, cool. So go ahead and place T1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So that is T1, which is great. And now I'll send you the link of that.
Cool.
You know what's gonna happen
Yeah, no.
now? Someone's gonna be a bad boy.
Yeah. I'm waiting for it.
Okay, so WebSocket is open. Okay, WebSocket is open, which is good. So we just basically wait until this get disconnected. I'm gonna put my timer on as well.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meanwhile, we can keep on doing other stuff.
There we go. There we go. I don't actually know if that's Tori or GagDev now.
I don't think it's story.
I don't know, man.
Okay. You know what? Let it happen. It's fine.
Got redirected.
Alright, I'm taking this down. That's
Maybe.
fine. They can have all the fun they want after this.
Why did they direct us to this?
Because they want to play with us, and I know exactly who that is, but I'm not gonna name them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Price
Okay.
Digest.
Here we go, guys. Be happy now.
GagDev says, I thought you had a miracle add-on to fix it, Zane.
I didn't say fix it. I just said just to check who that is. Okay, we need to do that.
Just if you take static hosting off, say.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find, but I wasn't able to.
Somebody flipped the board. Flipped on my screen.
Okay, so we can do this testing afterwards. We can just basically focus on how to fix the XSS attack.
Mhm.
When I actually check what is this XSS attack, I don't even know that.
Cross-site scripting.
It's a software attack. Or type of injection is in malicious scripts or injected otherwise into the troops. How does it? Okay, so how would this be? And how you can fix it? Is a client-side code injection attack. The attacker aims to execute malicious scripts in the web browser of the victim by including malicious code. Okay, cool. I see. That is how it works. So use problem and can abuse on a web page to execute arbitrary JavaScript using the security of the vulnerability web application and its users has been compromised. Yep, that I agree. It says no use problem like any other and security vulnerability. It is affecting your users. It affects you. Yep. What can the attacker do? I don't really want to know what can they do because I already know what they can do. How Christmas okay, I don't really want to know how it works. Stealing cookies using Criminals often use as a to steal cookies. Script tags, body tag, JavaScript. Okay, how do we fix it?
Torian said in the comments, check out DOM Purify. The library will work with Node.
Okay. DOM
POM
Purify.
PURIFI. Yeah. That's the one.
DOM Purify. So what does that do? So DOM Purify is a DOM only supervised Uber torrent access sanitizer for HTML, MathML, and SVG. It's also very simple to use and to get started with. Okay, so we can basically do this. How do we use it? It's easy. Just include DOM Purify on your website using the minified testing production version source map available. Okay, cool. We're using this one then.
Cactus says, lol, fixing bugs in the underlying Scrambler code base instead of just turfing the project and becoming taxi drivers. Yeah, it seems like this is a good solution actually.
Using the minified development version, no, we don't want to use this. Using the minified testing production version. Yeah, probably we can use this one, the tested production version, source map available. But if this is that, where do we download it from?
You can do
install DOM Purify. Yeah, DOM Purify. Oh well, and that will be basically done in client side. Isn't it? Because it's everything is happening on the client side.
But they're actually they're accessing the function through the console, I think.
Yeah, which is in DOM.
Oh yeah. Yes. Wait.
Isn't it? Because saying that it's written in JavaScript and works in all modern browsers, if it says that it works in all modern servers, then it would be backend.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
Passcode auto tabs is done. Okay, which branch were we on? Branch. Connect WebSocket, no. Remove sticky note, no. Connect WebSocket. Now done that. Work column function, no. That's all done. Actually, git checkout. Repo.
Yes.
Git checkout. Git checkout DOM access access attacks fix. Okay, there we go. Basically, all we do is npm. It's where's npm here? I do just this. cd client npm.
Remember saying though
Uh-huh.
when we try to use the package, remember we were trying to do this for bcrypt, and we tried to use
Yeah.
the package in the file. It wasn't it wasn't working. Like we couldn't access it or something, along those lines.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Actually, yes, I'm remembering that because it was the npm package. It wasn't picking it up.
Yes. Yeah. We couldn't use it in still front end. So how did we
Because
overcome that again? Oh, sorry, go on.
we changed the entire logic to be put in backend just for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
But this shouldn't be the case because we can include the script here. The script file has to be here somewhere for downloadable.
Oh, okay.
Verify dirty for bit style.
Oh, true.
From PM. Here we go. Script. We rely on npm run script for integration or tooling. Yes. npm run length. Developing and contribution. No, don't need that. Can I configure demos?
Maybe you can download the script from the GitHub.
Is there a link to that?
I'll send it in the chat, but I should be there.
Try. Oh, you sent in the chat. It's funny how it's a private chat and we open it all while screen sharing.
Yeah.
Oh, not again. Really, guys? What kind of fun new thing is this? You know me already. Come on. Come on, GitHub. You can do better than this. See? Stop playing hard to get. Right, so don't purify. Scripts. But where's the... What does it do?
Okay, just asking you a question.
It's in this purify. Hang on a minute.
Okay.
This purify min.js. So it's in dist purify min.js. We just need that. Yep, there we go. What? Okay, never mind. That's it.
Oh well. But yeah, I guess it's minified, so it's like all in one line or something.
So we basically just make a new file, name it as purify.min.js and copy and paste this.
I guess so, yeah.
Let's try that. And Gagdeb, I'll get back to you very shortly. Client, new file, purify main.js. Boom. I just wrote an extension of npm. Okay, time to get back to JackDev. I don't want to leave him hanging. All right, what does Mr. JackDev say? Finish. Go. Question.
I think you wanted me to ask you because you were like on the screen, so you can't see this, right?
What?
He wanted me to ask you the question because you normally can't see the comments, right? Because you are screen sharing.
Yeah. So why do you ask JackDev?
Zane, we can't see your screen, by the way.
Oh, my bad. Stop sharing. I stopped sharing. Why? I stopped sharing. And to be honest, what does that even mean, platinum? I don't even know. What is that kind of thing? Platinum.
I don't know. Did you want to try that, Zane?
The localhost?
Yeah, but so after you created that file, do you wanna then import it or use that script tag and then try to use the function?
Yes, so let's do that one. So how do we import it again? I forgot.
If you go on the GitHub page, go back to the main page. Like if you go,
yeah,
I have one more, and then like you scroll down. It tells you how to use it here.
There you go. So we need to do this. Copy and where's our index?
Oh, actually, it's saying like since the file is already here.
We will as in change the path name.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. So then that should basically do the trick, isn't it? We don't really need this because since these are working without the type, that should be fine. Okay, so shall we try this now?
Oh, so like I think we still have to use the function though. Like
afterwards, you can sanitize string by executing the following code. Oh, so we need to sanitize the WebSocket string.
Yes. Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. That would make sense. So, where's dirty here? The results in HTML. The results in HTML can be written into document using HTML document. Alright, that's fully up to you now. Primary HTML SVG. Right. So basically what we do is we have got the HTML thing there. So we basically do this now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would go into That is not the one. We need this one. So WebSocket URL. So we basically, okay, so that's gonna happen on load, isn't it? Which is
Where?
here. On load, so as soon as index.html page opens, this basically the Shield front end loads this one, this function, and then it goes in that way.
Where where what's his name? Tori was the function Tori was using to execute it is dispatch WebSocket message on line 463. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think maybe that's a good place to start. Like GagDev says that
For what?
463.
463. In this?
On yours it's 470. On mine it's 463. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
This WebSocket. Okay.
So when we're getting that dispatch message, on the next line, perhaps if we sanitize it using that function, and then yeah, or you know what I mean, on like line 471, I think.
If it's equals board ID, if it's undefined, then okay, from there, and then also sanitize it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your end goal here?
To sanitize the message and then pass it to the WebSocket. Because this is like I said, this is the function Tori was using the other day to execute it. But just what Tori's saying in the chat now, he's saying that we should do it in the back end and not the front end, and I think that's a good point as well. Like, his front end might take forever. Back end, if we sanitize the message, then before it executes, maybe that could be easier. So we're still getting the dirty HTML message in the front end and then cleaning it up in the back end. It's a good point.
Yeah.
He says you want to sanitize it when you're receiving the message anyways, not when you send it. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking more along when we receive the message, but sending isn't really it's okay, but we need it more for receiving it, as in because when someone does it, we receive that message, isn't it?
Sorry, say that again.
So we probably need to sanitize it when we receive the message instead. Because so why would we want to do it when receiving? So say for example, you have a board and I know your WebSocket connection, I, being the attacker, actually send it, but you're the one who's gonna receive it. So
Mhm.
if we do it on the receiving, as in if you sanitize it on your end, which would be receiving the message, I think that might make more sense.
Tori's saying that the way we want to do it now might be easy to get around. Yeah, if we were to add this DOM purify sanitize in the back end, so the message is being, you know what I'm saying, right? Saying like it would be sent as like the HTML that they're executing, the script tags, and then on the backend code before we execute on the backend, we clean it up first using the DOM purify. If you get what I think that's what Tori means, and yeah.
Can you possibly repeat that, because I wasn't able to understand?
So you know how we'll be using this DOM purify in the front end now, which cleans up the script tags. Basically, instead of running it on the front end, sorry, it's reading comments. I shouldn't do that. Anyways, instead of running this on the front end, do it on the back end side instead, right? So you know how now if we add this here, it's gonna clean the HTML in on the front end and then send it as clean to the back end. So instead of that, send it as dirty to the back end and then clean it up in the back end instead.
But that would mean that we will still experience these kind of attacks in the front end if we are doing this sanitizing only in the back end.
But essentially, like, so for this WebSocket thing, right, it requires both the front end and back end parts to work, right? So if it's clean on the back end, then it still won't execute, isn't that right? So
if I'm not mistaken, WebSockets are just for the front end. Is it? Or no, that doesn't make sense, because if it was, then we wouldn't be getting connection IDs in the DB.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So what you guys are suggesting? Whoa, my screen just went black. So what you guys are suggesting, that when we receive the messages, as in when we receive the access attack, we don't sanitize it in the front end, but when we are saving it in the DB, only then we sanitize it, but that's also in the back end.
Wait.
Am I right? Or have I gone the completely wrong end of the road?
Before you save anything into the DB, right? So yes,
okay, so how will we stop them coming from the coming in the browser? Because browser is in the front end, as in on the client side.
Sorry. This is just too funny. But let me think about it real quick. But so when they're doing the
and just to remind you,
yes,
try not to pay that much attention on Gagdev's and comments, because he loves to to spice things up, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I know.
And it's fun, but at the same time, we need to keep our as in rhythm going too.
True. It's breaking my thoughts as well.
Yeah.
So okay. So right now, when they execute it, I'm just having a look at the code real quick.
Mm-hmm.
When they're executing this, send.
Jack Devil loves. Actually, it's really good having this as in sort of an entertaining, spiciest person on the show as well, because it adds a bit of a taste of an entertaining fun.
That's true.
Jack Tanesh is definitely getting a taste. Again, don't pay too much attention, okay?
He's too good.
Yeah.
Socket.send. So let me just have a look. Sockets.
Probably Panesh, talk to me about your thought process rather than seeing the code, as in what thought came into your mind about the process on how we should do it in the back end, as in what thought provoked that it should be better being in the back end, as in the DOM purifier.
Because what Tori was saying, and what Tori was saying in terms of it could be easier to manipulate in the front end. So if it's if they, in my perception anyways, right, they could probably exploit the whatever process we're using in terms of the DOM purifier in the front end.
How would they exploit that if we have measurements in the client side? How would they bypass or exploit that?
I was thinking maybe if they knew of how DOM purifier is implemented, then they could kind of, it makes it harder, of course, but they can get around that, is what I was thinking. But if DOM purifier was in the back end, then it would be harder to get around it, because they're basically executing the front end as script. They're basically executing the functions in still front end in script.js, right? To do this hack or this attack. So
you're basically saying that if we place it in the client side, they would go in the DOM purifier repo, see how is it working, figure it out. Maybe it could take them days, weeks, and then they will come back and probably put a change in the original repo, which would make the DOM purifier not work in the client side, which we have implemented, which means that they would easily be able to bypass it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's a very long process, but I assume that there could potentially be a more straightforward way of them getting around that, not like that whole long process. Yeah, I think I need to think about it a little bit more, to be honest. But
So, yeah.
what I
continue.
was thinking is, if it was in the back end, right, the messages would still be sent as how they are being inputted, right? Like how they're still going to use the dispatch WebSocket function and enter it, enter the the HTML as raw, okay, and
how would they be able to enter the HTML as a raw if we are already implementing them in the client side?
Yeah, so I'm saying if we don't implement it in the client side, they would essentially enter it as raw.
Yeah.
And then using the DOM purifier, we would clean up the message in everywhere that they could possibly, everywhere that a request is being made, right? So in that way, maybe there would also be less.
Okay. Right. I see where you're coming from. Basically, you want to implement it in the back end, because if it was implemented in the client side, then they can all easily go in the GitHub repo, figure out a really quick way to bypass it and just start attacking again. Am I right?
Yeah, essentially, if they could, if they know, I guess, how it's implemented, or even if they know how it's implemented.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be done, but saying that if we have it implemented in the backend only, then that doesn't necessarily fulfill the goal, because see, the attacks are in the browser, and if someone does attacks in the browser, they would hear all sorts of noises, as in, he's a doggy dog, I'm a little teapot, as in those kind of things, but it's in the browser itself. Okay. To me, according to my understanding, it doesn't really make sense if you want to implement it in the backend, because the attack is being in the client side. Why? Because the browser is on the client side. Even if we implement it in the backend, then how will we stop the browser attacks?
But the thing is, maybe I need to get a better understanding of the of how it's connected. But isn't it still that the code is being executed, via the back end anyways? Because for the web connection to work, right, WebSocket connection to work, like, it has to go via the back end. So in that sense, that's kind of what I'm saying, right? Like, I understand where you're coming from. But since that,
if you can, so I've got a question for you. How is the attack being done at the moment? Because you and Tori went through, as in the whole investigation, and I'm assuming you and Tori know how is it being done in the browser.
Yeah, but I can just show you briefly.
Oh no, I don't really want to know. I just want to know, as in, from your observation, As in,
Yeah.
how do you think the concept is working? As in, from your understanding.
Oh, okay. So basically the function, the WebSocket function in the front end, right? It, the attackers are using that WebSocket function.
From where can they see the WebSocket string then?
Where can they see the WebSocket string?
Because obviously they can see the WebSocket string, and then they are utilizing that to access the connection.
They can see it in the WebSocket function. They can see it through the front end. Yeah.
Through the front end where?
Oh, what do you mean, like through the console?
Yes, and where is the console?
Yeah, the console is in the front end, right?
Yeah.
And
Ignore them. Yeah, ignore them.
Okay, so basically, right? But because they're inputting the function in the front end, right? So they're using the function from the front end. I understand that much, right? But still, the message has to go from the front end to the back end, right? So that's kind of, I guess, my thought process was that
Only when they're the notes are being saved. Only then.
But the WebSocket connection, isn't it still open to? It's
It
still
is
open
open.
for everybody, right?
Yes.
And it still has to go via the backend, isn't that correct? Like.
So WebSocket connection, according to my understanding, how it works is, as soon as a person visits the board, and one other connection is opened. Okay, that connection is in the front end, but the connection details are saved only in the back in the DynamoDB, which goes through the backend. So just the connection details.
Just the connection details, okay.
For example, connection ID. Yeah. And the board ID as well. Yeah.
Okay.
How about if you think about it, we can probably have another chat basically or offline, and yeah, we can take it from there.
Yeah, okay. I need to think about it a little bit more.
Yeah, and I mean, C is a complicated as in architecture, as in as in our experience, as in because I'm pretty sure it's your first time, my first time, and Tori's first time to actually know the entire app based on the architecture itself, and it can be complicated. So it's always good to kind of take time, think about things, and then come back to it.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
All right. Fantastic. All right. Wow. The time just flew past 10:33 already. Damn. Right. You want to do the honors?
Yeah, sure. Cool. Thanks for joining us, everyone, on another episode of Build, Break, and Fix. Today we tried to fix the XSS vulnerability in our platform, and basically Zane and I had a discussion about where would be the best side to best option of where we would implement it, either front end or back end. And yeah, I think for me personally, I want to have a bit more of a look at and understand a bit more about how the connection's being made, and then better understand it. But yeah, anyways, good discussions then. I think so anyways. And if you'd like to see how this plays out, then join us tomorrow. Same time, same place, and
the same task. All right, guys. Thanks for joining, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Thanks everyone.